If you're expecting impartial, down-the-middle commentary, you're in the wrong place. I'm not some kind of public broadcaster. I'm just a bald man sitting in my kitchen talking into my phone. Sam Avery back with another video, and today we'll be asking the question, why are so many MPs stepping down? But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications when the new videos pop up. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, just subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later if you don't enjoy what I'm doing, but you will enjoy it because we're here now and we're going to be friends. At the time of recording this, there's more than 40 Tory MPs who've announced that they're stepping down at the next election. Makes sense to say that you're not going to jump ship now, but you're going to jump ship as impact with the iceberg occurs. So that makes sense with the run-of-the-mill Tory MPs who are just kind of making a tactical decision. But then you've got the more high-profile ones, Nadine Dorries being the one who has been front and centre across all of media, very, very vocal about her annoyance at the fact that she was not allowed to be pushed through into the House of Lords on Boris Johnson's resignation honours list. Now, what should be noted at this point is that despite the fact that she has very publicly told us all she's resigning, one thing she hasn't actually done at this point is resign. She's not done it. She said she's going to resign. I could say I'm going to grow hair. Doesn't mean I've got hair. I've just said that I'm going to grow hair. I'm growing hair all over the place, just not in the place it's needed. But let's not get into that right now. Maybe that's a separate video. Maybe it's not a video. Maybe it should just stay in my head, my bald, hairless head. But then away from the Tories, you've got these other MPs stepping down. People like Caroline Lucas from the Green Party. You've got people like Mary Black from the SNP. These kind of distinct voices that offer an alternative and offer a different perspective, which I think is really important to the entire political discourse in Westminster, where you've just got left and right, and even left and right are kind of morphing into this very, very sort of down the middle centrist kind of dialogue, which is, there's not that much difference. It's a stone's throw at best between a lot of Tory and a lot of current Labour kind of ideology, which is disappointing, really, and sad. And I'm saying that as someone who leans to the left, very much so. But even if you're someone who leans to the right, it's like, where's the options? Where's the choices? Where's the different voices? And I feel like Caroline Lucas offered that. What was really sad is that she announced it when she was stepping down. The reason being that she feels like she's not made and isn't able to make a sufficient difference on the issues that are important to her and her party, which I feel sad. I think it's really sad when someone who's clearly got a mission and a goal and an aim, it just feels like they can't carry it out, or there's too many roadblocks in the way and there's too many barriers. And I feel the same for Mary Black as well. Because the SNP do not speak for me. I live in the northwest of England, but I've always looked at them and thought, well, again, it's another voice, isn't it? It's another alternative. And I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of their politics, other than obviously independence being a big thing for them. But I feel like that Mary Black, essentially, I always she stood out in Parliament. She was elected when she was 20. I don't think she's even 30 yet. She's still incredibly young. And to have someone so young and filled with hope, I felt like she was someone who she had the right amount of cynicism, but there was hope there. And I feel like for that voice to disappear from the conversation is sad. And, you know, let's not forget, whatever you think of her politics, she was someone who called out the wrongdoings of the Tories at every step of the way, vocally, viscerally. And she was even reprimanded for using the word pissed when she was talking about Partygate, which is ridiculous, isn't it? I think the idea that this conversation has to happen in the Houses of Parliament, where you can talk about some dreadful, dreadful issues, you can get away with all sorts of political manoeuvring and let's call it for what it is, corruption. So much corruption going on, and it might have a different label. But if you just scratch beneath the surface, there's so much untoward dealing going on. But you can't say the word pissed, because that brings it into disrepute. You can get pissed. You can get pissed in a party when no one else is allowed to go and see their family or their dying loved ones. But you can't say the word pissed, which in my eyes is not even one of the big four swear words. I don't know what the big four are. The F word, the C word, the T word. There's probably a fourth one. They're the Champions League of swear words. Pissed, it's low down. It's above bloody, but it's way below fuck, isn't it? Anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. One of the big points that Mary Black makes is that the lifestyle and the demands that the job puts on you is just so immense, so draining, so utterly just taxing on your soul and your body and your mind. And we can all sit here and go, well, it's not proper work, is it? There's people digging holes and climbing poles and all of that. And yeah, that's difficult in a different way. But in terms of I wouldn't do it, would you? Would you do that job? I just think it'd be exhausting. You talked about threats made on a family and you know, who needs that? Who needs that in your life? And especially if you get to a point when you're thinking, am I really making a difference here? Am I really making a change? That's got to be the goal when you set off as an MP. And I just feel like if you feel like you're bashing your head against a brick wall, at some point you've got to go, maybe I can spend this energy in a more productive way. Maybe I can find something on a local level or a micro level, or maybe take a different approach and make change that way. Because I feel like we all feel like we can change the world when you're a teenager, and then you get a little bit older and you think, can I change the world? I can't change the world. And personally, I've found that as I've had kids and got a bit older, I realised I can't change the world, but I can change my part of the world. And that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. And it's just with me kids and just, you know, try and make their life a little bit more better, or just be a better kind of role model to them, or just try and point them in the right direction. Because who knows, maybe one day one of those will change the world. And I'm not trying to say that one of me kids is Jesus. But I think what's clear is that the whole structure needs looking at. And I'm not here saying, let's just burn it down and start again, because that's not practical, is it? But there's got to be some traditions that are just kept in place that need looking at. The House of Lords is an absolute joke. The way that the ruling government, whoever it is, can just vote in hundreds and hundreds of peers and they just sit there forever. How is that democratic? Doesn't make any sense. But you might have better ideas than me, so let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear them. I think it's just good to have a healthy discussion about positive change, because nothing annoys me more than people sitting there go, well, we can't do anything. We can do something. And even if it is just start a little discussion on YouTube, that's something, isn't it? That's something. Feels good. So let me know in the comments. If you have enjoyed this video, give it a like, comment, share the video, subscribe to the page. If you want to see me on tour, I'll be around the UK this year from October to March, and you can get tickets. There'll be a link in the comments. Also, I'm on Patreon, so if you want to subscribe, you can get more videos, exclusive stuff in the House of Avery. Again, the link will be in the comments. But mainly, thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. See you soon.